So to mold the fenders yourself, we're using just a basic DA sander. It's a powerful sander. It'll knock that paint off because you want bare fiberglass where your fiberglass flare is going to be mounting to your existing fender. So a good sander, a drill, because we're going to drill some self-tappers after we drill a hole. Some of the excess fiberglass we are going to cut using our Dremel with a saw blade on it. Make sure you wear a mask for that. Then to mount our flare, we're going to use this composite and metal bonding adhesive. Right here it says great for SMC and FRP. So that means that we can use it for fiberglass to fiberglass application. And on here it actually says that it's a 3-hour wait time. We're probably going to wait the full 24 hours before we start working on it some more. But basically, this is what we're going to do. Mock up our flares first on the fender. We're going to drill our holes, screw the fender down. We're going to take the excess flare that's already under here and cut it out. Then we're going to come back and make sure everything's clean, make sure it's all sanded to bare fiberglass so that we can use this to actually bond it to here. Now, because you don't have clamps, because we can't really use clamps on the kit, that is what these self-tappers are for. And I should have got some flat ones, but these will do because these are going to be removed. And then you're going to fill those holes with fiberglass, fiberglass short strand body filler so it can be strong. And then we're going to mold the actual kit to the body after everything is bonded correctly. After the bonding is completed, you can take the screws out. You do not want to leave the screws in while you're molding the kit under the body filler. It's bad news. It's recommended to remove these first. That being said, we can get started. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our DA sander and we're just going to sand all the paint off of the area which we are going to actually be bonding our fiberglass fender flare to this fiberglass fender. So this area right here is bare fiberglass. That's what we want this whole area right here to look like. So we're going to start sanding this thing down. Actually just going to mark this up. I know that this flare is being molded right around here. So honestly, from right here is where I started sanding. Everything from right here and down, I'm just going to remove all the paint, get down to the bare fiberglass, and then I'm going to start marking this up how I want it to actually mold. And most likely all of this is going to be cut out of the fender anyways. To start, I'm going to cover this tire so we don't damage it at all, and then we will move from there. Cover the wheel rather. Now this is the sander I'm using. It's just a regular directional orbit sander, and it has a 180 grit with a foam pad on the back. And I'll probably take the foam pad off so it's more coarse onto the panel because I'm just trying to remove all that paint. So let's see.
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents.
Alright guys, so got the whole panel sanded down to 180, got all the paint removed, so now we have a clean, bare fiberglass surface that we can actually mount our fender to. So I'm going to mock that up, see how far I need to cut, and then bolt it down. Then we can start the molding process. Alright, so because this car is already a wide body, we went ahead and we're going to use the smaller flares. Now these flares, as you can see, they come in, they're really flat, and if you bolt them straight up, you're not going to have any clearance added. So what we're going to do is we're going to bolt the sides down first, but when you pull this out like that, after it's taped down, I pull it out and those sides kind of draw in. If you can look at that, the sides come in. So we'll bolt the sides down first and then the top. Then we're going to do our molding, take the screws out, and then we're going to mold it to the actual body. But we're going to bond it to the actual chassis like that, with the bonding adhesive, and we're gonna bolt it down like this.
Would that make you wanna change your scene and wanna be the one on my team? See, what's the point in waiting? Never been this ring here represents that you've been waiting for. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. You're another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. In another woman that can take your spot, my love.
All right, so we cut all this material out. We cut slits in the double-walled metal behind here, pushed everything back, hammered it back, and we're gonna go ahead and seal that later on. But as of right now, we're going to actually start attaching our fender flare to the actual panel. We're gonna bond it, and we're gonna wait for that to dry, and then we're gonna move on. So I'm gonna show you guys how we do that.
Spot my love, my love, my love. And another woman that can take your spot, my love.
All right, so we have these panels worked on. This panel right here, we're going to start the body work to mold it to the actual panel itself. The other side, I'll show you what it looks like. So the other side, the side right here, has the bolts in it, like I showed you earlier. So the bolts are to clamp it to the actual fender, clamp the flare to the fender while this glue cures. When the glue cures, we're going to take those bolts out, the self-tappers, we're going to take them out. Then we can sand down the lip as close as we can to that fender, and we will start our filler process, or the body work, to make that flow smoothly to the actual panel. Alright, so we just going to use this fiberglass short strand body filler. We're going to mix that up, and then we're going to start applying it to this actual fender.
I never had an issue, go to the club with your boys, baby. I never wanted you to stay too long, just wanted you to show me up. So won't you say my name, say my name. If you claim you want me, it ain't no that. You acting kinda shady, you ain't been calling me baby. Boy, you can go stop playing games, playing games. I know you see it in my line, I'm on your mind, and that you want this bad, so I'm cool with that. I'm just trying to match your words with your actions. I need more than satisfaction. Did you really feel that action? Really wanna give you all, but flex in front of your friends. How that works? Way that you're doing the most, but we take a picture.
Alright guys, so if you look in this door, the previous guy who worked on this car put these rivets in here. He painted over them, and they really just don't look nice. I'm not sure what all that is, but these rivets really just don't look nice. We're gonna drill them out and replace these rivets with some nice ones, some NRG rivets. I think they're either rose gold or titanium, I'm not sure. I think we ordered the rose gold ones. So there's, I think, 9 in there, and then there's 2 that go right here. This one for some reason is covered in body filler. This one is not. So we're gonna take these 2 right here, replace them with some nice ones after the fact. So that'll look nice. And then we're gonna take this mesh out right here, paint that black. He also painted, well, all of this right here, inside there should be black, but it's all chipping because it's painted on rubber. It's supposed to be black. So we're gonna try to fix that as well. And just a lot of things that we're gonna go over this car, make sure it's right. We also have some hood pins that are gonna come in tomorrow. The flush ones right now, they're the metal ones. I think I'll probably put them in a bag. But Yeah, I probably put those in a bag, but we have some flush ones that, you know, the generic ones that you get, not those clips, the metal clips, the plastic ones that lay flush with the actual hood itself. So we're gonna have to cut some of that framing on the carbon fiber to fit those, probably. But we're gonna get to sanding this hood down and start the body work, get everything squared away for tonight, so that tomorrow we can start on something else, a different part of this car.